I can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
My wife
You want me to
said,
start
"No,
again?
Gabriel, leave."
No, we're good.
Yeah, fuck it.
Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Gray Productions. Part of my burp, please forget about it. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie, and on this week's episode, it was Spooktober Week, Part 1. And the winner of Spooktober Week was a 1988 dark comedy, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was written by Michael McDowell, Larry Wilson, and Warren Skaaren. Beetlejuice was directed by Tim Burton. Beetlejuice stars Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Geena Davis, Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder. Alongside me is the first place Mr. First Place. Cousin Benny, how we feeling?
Feeling like a young, hung, virile Alec Baldwin. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a old, rust-induced Alec Baldwin. And alongside the cousin sorry, but missed the last place in our fantasy football league. But hey, plenty of game left. Our good friend and co-host Ryan, how we feeling?
Robbie, you want a cigarette?
Oh, please. Trying to quit.
I'm trying to cut down. No, I'm feeling good. How you feeling, Robbie?
Good. Feeling good.
Good.
Almost Thanksgiving.
Can't wait. So yeah, like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch. We typically watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. And keeping with tradition, this week Benny hasn't seen Beetlejuice, classic Beetlejuice. And it's, like Robbie said too, going into I can't talk, Spooktober. So we'll do this week, and next week we'll do some kind of scary movie. We'll figure it out. So if you want to get involved in picking the movie that we see, please follow us on Instagram. We put a poll up on Fridays. Please vote. We see you looking. Vote. I can't stress this enough. That's all it takes. Just like that. If you want to send us an email talking about this week's movie, last week's movie, any movie, give us suggestions, whatever, please send us one, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. And Benny, tell them where else they can get involved.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube. We would love to see you there. We got all our videos. We got a couple of exclusive videos when we talked about the bear and the boys this season. Try to find some new ones. I mean, we got the Plummies coming up soon. We're going to be looking like $1 million bucks, I'm sure. So get subscribed to the YouTube. Let the boys watch now so you don't miss anything. Click the bell. Again, we don't know what it does, but it helps us apparently. So yeah, follow us on YouTube. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah. Throw a comment in too. Why not?
Please.
Speaking of the Plummies, real quick, I feel like maybe not this year. We'll see. But I feel like we need to rent a hall out or something. How funny would that be?
The Hibernian Hall with the three of us.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Why not? Yeah. We'll get someone to host. I don't care. But yeah, no, that'll be fun. So I don't know. I'll say it again. Get involved. Let us know. Robbie, go ahead.
Sorry, you guys didn't know this, but from now until the end of the year, I will be giving away $1 million to any new voters that vote in our poll. So all you have to do is say, I will protect the First and Second Amendment and vote for your favorite movie, and I will be personally giving out $1 million each week. So
wow, feels extremely legal.
Yeah, it's I know a couple of lawyers, a couple of friends of the program, and that's legal. So I'll be giving out $1 million to the end of the year. So that's about 10, 15 mil, I think. I don't know how many weeks we got left, but hey, anything for democracy.
Who else but Let the Boys Watch is going to give you that kind of incentive?
Nobody else, just us.
Just us. But yeah, so like we said, Benny is the lone non-seer this week. And we always start with kind of either our history with the movie or, kind of going in because you haven't seen it. What'd you think about it? So Benny, give us a little, little story about Benny. What'd you think about this film going in, or did you even care? Whatever.
This is actually one of the ones where, you know, if you didn't see it, this is one of the ones where your eyebrows start getting raised and people start questioning, you know, what the hell have you been doing for the last 20, 30 years of your life? I actually used to watch the cartoon growing up, which is odd that it never like triggered the thought of me to watch the movie. But I'm kind of the person where when I like something, I don't want to ruin it by like going to watch the movie, or you know, I get very like stuck in my ways with things like that. So this is just not something that I ever really cared to watch. I think the only reason I wanted to watch it this time was because the second one came out and it was starting to get good reviews. Um and my mind has been opened up a lot more to all these movies now doing this podcast, and like all these things that I used to just say, nah, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. It's got too much hype. Um, I want to see them now because, you know, like Pulp Fiction, Saving Private Ryan, all these movies that are classics, Back to the Future, that I've seen and liked, be like, man, I kind of feel like I missed out a little bit, which wasn't the case before. Um, this was another one that I was a little bit nervous about going in because of all the hype, but yeah, I was glad that it won the poll because you know, I kind of do want to watch the second one, and I wants to watch the second one as well. So this is a good one for me to win.
And speaking of the second one, if you're concerned about spoilers of the second one, none of us have seen it. Robbie, you haven't seen it, right?
I have not seen it. No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think any one of us wants to spend the 19.99 to rent it right now.
Yeah, we'll wait.
No.
No.
Go to South Bay
Um,
for $8.
yeah. Matinee.
That's it.
So we won't talk about Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, this is only about the 80s. I don't want to say it a third time, but I will. Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Oh
oh
my
boy.
goodness.
Michael Keaton's in my house.
I wish the Keaton was in the
That'd
house.
be awesome. Robbie, what about you? I know you said in the group text you saw this about 46 times. So tell us a little bit about it. Did you watch this growing up? That kind of stuff.
Definitely watched it growing up. I think it's been probably been like maybe 20 something years since the last time I actually seen it. Unlike Benny, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. I was not happy that this won. I didn't remember too much about it. But yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it. But I remember growing up, I did love it. You know, obviously back then, you know, different animation, you know, not really CGI heavy. So you think, will it hold up? But it was I loved it back in the day. I really did. I forgot a lot about it because I haven't watched it so much. But again, it's the Pee Wee Herman, you know, Tim Burton-esque type movie with the animation and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into my overall impressions of it, but it has been a long time since I watched it. I wasn't excited about watching it. I thought it was going to be dumb and stupid, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. It's definitely been a bit since I watched it, but I used to watch it growing up when I was like 5, so I figure like maybe like 7 or 8 I started to watch it, and definitely freaked me out and definitely scared me. It was definitely a scary movie for its time for me personally.
Yeah, agree. Kind of same. I watched it a bunch of times growing up. I was definitely scared of it when I first saw it. Like not all of it, obviously, but a couple parts, snake part, and like some of the, you know, scary things. The sandworms in particular freaked me out when I was like 8 years old. And I haven't watched it in a while. I don't think it's been as long as you, but minimum 10 years, probably more like 15, something like that. So it's been a while. And I was thinking, I think the same thing you were like, am I gonna still like it? Like, is it one of those? And I feel like we're starting to come across this every time we do a movie from the 80s or 90s that we loved as kids, that it's like the nostalgia or the memories of it is better than the actual film, but not always. So we'll see what we all kind of thought about it. But yeah, no, loved it as a kid. Watched the cartoon too. And yeah, I'm curious to see what a pair of fresh eyes think about it and a pair of jealous eyes think about it.
You got those jealous eyes. Oh yeah, brother.
So, you know, Benny, why don't you start with overall impressions since you're the person who hasn't seen it, and then we'll get into ours.
Sure. Yeah, so this again, like I said, this is one of the ones where I was like, this is getting a lot of hype. There's a lot of people like even messaged me saying, "Oh, I'm so excited that you're gonna watch it."
Really?
Um, yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I friggin' loved this movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
awesome. I really did. Like, and I don't know if it's one of these movies where if I would have saw it like 5, 6 years ago, I would have been like, it's horny. I don't something about I don't know, like the last couple of years where I just started to appreciate things on a different level. I don't know why. Maybe my brain is finally starting to mature past like the age of 12. And I'm at like 16, 17 now. But no, it was I thought it was really good. I thought it was paced really well. Was there really that much of a story there? No, but I didn't care. It was just, I don't know, it kept my interest the whole entire time. We were gonna have like a little snack at some point, and I hit, even though it was an hour and 30 minutes, I hit the pause button. I was like, oh my God, there's only 20 minutes left. Like the movie flew by. I don't think there was like really any dead weight to this movie at all. I loved the relationship between Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin. I loved Catherine O'Hara. I'm not going to mention his name because he's canceled. And
Yes.
Winona Ryder. Like I loved that dynamic. I loved them all interacting together. I loved, I think Otho was his name.
Otho.
I just, everybody knocked it out of the park in this movie.
Perfect.
Robert Goulet. I mean, please
Oh,
give me Robert Goulet in every single movie. We may need to change the Matt Damon segment to a Robert Goulet segment.
might have
He's
to.
fantastic. No, I'm like super excited to watch the second one. Like, I mean, I didn't mention him, but obviously Michael Keaton. Yeah, there was just so much to like about this movie. It was fun, CGI a little janky in some parts, but I'm not going to ding it for that. What can you expect? I thought it, even then, it like just held up, and it was, I don't know, like there are parts of this movie where I was like, is this a kid's movie? Is it not? Like, it like towed that line. Like, obviously, the language got a little salty at some parts, but obviously that doesn't bother me. But I don't know, man. This was just pleasant. Like, even with the hype, pleasantly surprised with this movie. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. I was curious. Robbie, you want to go first? Or you want me to?
Sure, I can go. I totally forgot Goulet was in the movie. And then when I saw Goulet, my fucking
The
bones
best.
exploded. It just reminds me of Will Ferrell and Saturday Night Live when he did the rocks. He did the staring
Goulet.
contest
Goulet.
with like the gram. Yeah. Quick staring contest. You win. You always do. So Goulet was fantastic. I mean, I was hesitant to watch this again. I was upset that it won, and I'm going into the movie, I didn't want to watch it. And as I was watching, I love this movie so much. Absolutely love it. I'm upset that I haven't watched it in so long. I thought it was fantastic. I thought an hour and 30 minutes, please forget about it. If you know me, his podcast, that's right in the wheelhouse, the best kind of wheelhouse. The writing was sharp, the music fantastic. The score and even Harry Belafonte's couple of songs in there was amazing. Loved it. Like I said, the writing was phenomenal, funny. Yeah, like Benny said, was there a story? No, but I did enjoy the premise of it. I forgot about the premise. I forgot, spoiler alert, that Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis die in this movie. I totally forgot about that. CGI, yeah, did I think it was going to hold up? No, but it did hold up. Yeah, there were some parts where it's like, all right, this really is embarrassing, but it was 88. I mean, for the time being, it was probably a little revolutionary in its special effects. But again, it's got Tim Burton, obviously it's his movie, but it's got his stamp all over it. I enjoyed it so much. I really did. I'm upset, like I said, that I haven't watched it in such a long time, but I'll definitely go back to it. Definitely piqued my interest to watch the second one. So I was excited. But again, fantastic cast. I don't want to say the guy's name, but the principal in Ferris Bueller, I mean, he's canceled, but everybody in the movie was great. Michael Keaton out of this fucking world, phenomenal. I mean, I was laughing. I couldn't tell you how many times I was laughing out loud in his performance. I forgot again, like he was only in it for like 17 minutes, I think. He wasn't in it for that long, I think, total screen time, but great movie, phenomenal. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So I'm when you don't, like the Rolling Stones said, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need. And I'm happy that this movie won. I didn't want it to. but I'm happy it won, and I truly, truly enjoyed it. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. I I'm kind of with you guys. Like I love this movie, but I was trying to watch it like with a critical eye for the show. And for the first time ever, I was like, this story's kind of like not great. Like we don't get a ton of like character development or like the relationships. It's real surface. But like the performances are so good. The sets and like the ridiculousness of some things is so good. And like you were talking about the special effects, like I had read something that it was like purposefully like B movie, like campy, but I still love it and it still looked great. However many 30 something years later. Um and yeah, I don't know, like it's a movie that when I watched it as a kid, I didn't fully understand it, but I liked it. And now as an adult, I maybe still don't fully understand it, but I understand it more and I like it for different reasons now. Like I was more invested in Alec Baldwin, which by the way, young Alec Baldwin,
Oh, my own.
Jesus. Uh, and Geena Davis also, geez. And I was like more interested in their story than I was like when you're a kid. I feel like it was all about Beetlejuice, which I still loved. But yeah, it very enjoyable. Like you both said, like this, all of a sudden it was like over. And love that quick pace. Some of the things are absolutely ridiculous and I love it. And I love this is the Tim Burton that I love. This, you mentioned Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure and this. And now I'm like kind of worried about Beetlejuice because I feel like the last few Tim Burtons I've seen, he's like I don't know. It's like like I've said about other people, he's like sniffing his own farts a little bit. Like just, it's like too much. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's been getting really good reviews though, right?
Um, it's like in the high sixes on IMDb,
Okay, what was this?
7.5.
All right.
But again, internet, I'm internet, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, like I can't trust that shit because it gets brigaded for some
Yeah.
stupid reason. Like I don't know anything about Beetlejuice, but I am sure that there's something that pissed off a bunch of incels that they're like, how dare they do this to this classic movie?
And you
One
know that,
star.
yeah, and you're gonna get the people that are like that they wrote off the dad and they're gonna be like, oh, woke. This movie's so woke. Like,
Yeah.
so you're gonna get that too.
As great as his performance was in this, fuck him.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
seriously, if anyone defending him anywhere, you can go fuck yourself too. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited to watch, like you said, the second one. Um, maybe we'll do, it seems like there's interest. Maybe we'll do that soon or whenever. I don't know.
I do know that the dad was left out of Beetlejuice. Just to let you know,
Yeah.
he did
I
not make a
did, yeah,
special appearance, so I think that's for the best.
probably. Should we do some plum scores and then get into our segments? Does anyone want to start?
Robbie, why don't you go?
All right, I can go. I was debating what I was going to give this movie, and then when I saw it, I was like, this is a pretty flawless type of movie for the genre and the time. And I again like it wasn't a nostalgia factor for me because I kind of forgot a lot of it, and it wasn't something like I go back to a lot. And maybe I didn't have any thought patterns back in the day. Maybe I was too young to kind of absorb everything. But yeah, so I'm not gonna go by nostalgia. I'm gonna go by like the actual how good this movie was to me. Again, like I said, special effects was good. Love the aesthetics of this movie. Everything about it was cool and hip. For now, I could just imagine in '88 what that was like. Again, the performances were fantastic. Alec Baldwin, please forget about it. Talk about handsome, like you said, Ryan. Look out. Geena Davis. I have a weird thing with Geena Davis, even back, with the League of Their Own stuff. So they were all great in this movie. Again, everything was funny, everything was sharp, everything was cool, and still held up. So I'm gonna give this a 9.1.
Nice.
Wowsies. Ryan, go ahead.
Appropriate.
That's how
I like it.
Keaton, the best Batman ever. Don't at me.
He's the best everything ever. Keaton is amazing.
The best.
Best. Benny, you want to go?
Sure, I can go.
Yeah.
I'm dead ass serious with you. There were times where I'm like, am I giving this movie a fucking 10? I'm like,
I
that's
know, I
how
was
much
thinking the
I
same
was
thing.
like enjoying the ride. But I talked myself down off the 10, and I was thinking about it critically, and I was like, all right, yeah, there could have been a little bit more story there. But I don't know, man. Like it really like I didn't need it. It just flowed from beginning to end. I enjoyed myself the whole time watching it. I did talk myself out of the 10 though, and I went 9.3 because I just really, like I said, I had a hell of a time watching it, and I was like super, I don't know if I gave it extra points because we were we excuse me, you guys both mentioned Pee-wee and like just that style, and I loved that growing up too, and maybe like that was kind of just bringing up some old stuff, and as soon as that music hit in the beginning, it reminded me of the cartoon, and I don't know, man, I enjoyed it a lot. 9.3, and I had to talk myself down from a higher score.
It's fair. Did you saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Big Pee-wee fan in our house. Saw,
Love it.
Pee-wee's Playhouse, all the movies, saw him on Broadway. Love him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Guy wears a lot of makeup, let me tell you. Well, he did. All right.
Caked up.
All right, I saw him in a theater one time, but they were dragging him out. I don't know why.
I don't know what happened. Wait, in a theater that you were supposed to do that in?
Yeah. Free Pee-wee, rest in peace.
Um, I mean, I'm with you guys a little lower as I think as per usual. Just because like again, I love everything about it, but I feel like if there was a little more to the story or to like something, just give me a little more. But again, it's also not needed, like you were saying, Benny. I would have went probably higher, but I'm gonna go 8.8. Very good, very enjoyable. Glad we watched it.
100%.
So, would you like to do, I mean, characters is gonna be fun, I think. Should we save it or should we just jump right into it?
I think we save it.
All right, so let's do favorite scenes first, then we'll do least, and then characters. So, would anyone like to start with favorite scenes?
I can go. I can go.
Please,
Hand up,
Robbie.
hand up. I can go. I can go. Um, there's so many good scenes in this movie. But I have to go to the scene that I rewound 2 or 3 times because I loved it so much. And that's the Day-O dinner scene. I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, out of this world. And I guess because like I'm watching, I'm like, man, am I plums rising for Catherine O'Hara's fantastic dance that she
Yes,
came out of nowhere with? Like I was like,
moves.
yeah, I was like, I had no idea she had those moves. I was like, oh boy, stand down. I said, stand back and stand by to my boner. So, I mean, no, it's just a great scene with everybody involved. Sans somebody we won't name, but even what's his name, Dick Cavett. How you doing in
Yeah.
the scene? That was cool to see him pop up. I forgot about that, but it was just a fun scene to watch. I loved it. I laughed a little bit. Loved that. Love Winona Ryder's little enjoyment of everybody going a little crazy, and then her in the background. But it was a great scene. I mean, there's so many scenes I could pick. A Beetlejuice is losing his mind, and Michael Keaton going absolutely bonkers in every scene. But this is cool. I enjoyed this. I forgot about the scene. I think watching it back in the day, I didn't like it, but now, like, 40 years later, I'm like, this is fun and cool. And I love the way they did it. Love the way it was shot. Again, the weird, you know, architectural digest type designs in the house. I love the kitchen was the dining room table, everything was crazy, but it was really like shocked at the moves. that Catherine O'Hara had, and I was just like, wow, I'm transported into, a sexual town with her. So I gotta give it up to her.
I I was gonna mention that if you didn't, so I'm glad we both noticed.
Had to rewind it twice. I told you. So nice. I
Yeah.
rewound it twice.
Um, I'll go,
Go
Bennett.
ahead.
Um, Robbie, like you said, there's a lot of good scenes, and I think we're gonna have a lot of Ani mentions, but I think I don't want to take this whole chunk, but I'll just take a small piece of it and then see what Benny grabs, and then maybe I'll do some more. But when they first go into, I don't even know what you call it, the the DMV of death.
That was great.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, is that yours?
Yeah, but go ahead, take it.
So I mean, just the whole, and we'll get to this, but with the book, but they draw the door, they open it up, and they go in, and just I mean, every character in this is fantastic. The smoking guy and the little head guy, I love. I'm in love with both of them. They are so funny looking and so just perfect. I forgot like the smoking. Hey, you want a cigarette? And just the way trying to cut down myself. The way he does it. Oh my God, I love it. But all that design that you said, Robbie, before, the aesthetics of everything was just so cool looking. The fact that they made it into like, again, like you walking in to get some papers done is just so perfect. And I love Juno, like as a character, fantastic, just yelling at the football team and telling them they're idiots and like all that stuff. I love it. So while there is many good scenes, I think that one's the most memorable for me after this watch.
I love too the callback to that when you see the girl behind the counter and she's got the wrists. I don't
Yep,
want to say it on YouTube, but then they in the scene later
a
on, I said,
civil
oh, I heard
servant.
if you off yourself, you come back as a civil servant. I was like, that's good writing.
That's perfect.
No, I love that. That's like you said. Once the burnt up dude smoking the cigarette, I was just like, fantastic. 100. I was like 10 out of 10 scene for me.
I'm trying to cut down myself.
Even I did love when she was smoking and it was coming out of her throat. I love I forgot who the guy was, but when he came in hanging off the like the meat hooks and he got flattened by,
Yep.
I guess, a car. Like I just loved how everybody, you saw how everybody kind of died, which is cool. The guy that I don't even know what kind of bone that guy had in his mouth. I don't know what he was eating, but that was fantastic as well.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. And that little head guy just cracks me the fuck up every time. He's just
Yeah.
so funny looking.
Um, my favorite, I think I'll go with a couple. I have a couple, but I'm gonna go with how can you not? Michael Keaton's first appearance, once he gets called for the first time, and you get the whole spiel from him, and he can't keep his hands off Geena Davis, and he's just going back and forth a million different times. It's just a mile a minute. I mean, like, what a friggin' performance! It's just like, even like Rob, you mentioned with the Deo scene, like when people really sell out and like really give their all to something. And I mean, listen, every movie we see, everybody's giving their all 100% of the time. Like that's why they're professional actors. But I don't know, man. It just in this movie, it just really seemed like everybody just bought in so hard and like just went all the way. And I mean, he is just the epitome of that in this movie. And him from the time he pops out of the casket to to when they leave the model town, just unbelievable. And it's like you said, Robbie, he's in it for such a short amount of time, but it's just a mile a minute anytime he's on the screen. It feels like he's in the whole movie. It's just great.
Yeah, and I know I say this like I don't know if I say a lot, but like about being nominated for stuff, like he definitely should have been nominated for at least supporting actor because he's that good in this movie. He really is like a scene stealer the entire movie. He really should have been nominated for something. I don't know if he was or not, but he's that good in this movie.
Yeah. Perfect. I lo- there's so many funny parts to that, but for some reason, I love when he then gets the Alec Baldwin outfit on. He's like, "Come on, hermano, we're simpatico." Like, and then, like you
We
said,
shop at the same place.
shop at the same place. And then can't keep his hands off Geena Davis. So funny. That scene is fantastic too. Oh, Michael Keaton, come on the show. You're not
Please,
busy. Come
Please.
on. Ani Menches. Should we just the whole movie?
yeah, pretty much. I'll go with sometimes we're everything seems like it's so cynical now in movies where you don't really get the happy ending. But I was glad that this movie got a happy ending, and Lydia coming off of her emo-ish for a little bit, and being able to enjoy the situation that she was in, and everybody's happy at the end. So yeah, give me the happy ending for an Ani Mensch.
Yeah, that was good. That was cool. With what was it? What song was that now?
Jump in the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harry Belafonte all over the place. I love those two scenes, really do. Um, I'll go with the Beetlejuice commercial. Again, Keaton just going ballistic, loving it. I mean, just out of control for at least a minute and a half. It's just the range. I mean, he's fun. He's an animal. He's an absolute lunatic in this movie, and I love every minute he's on the screen. The Beetlejuice commercials had me dying laughing the entire time. I mean, he's just phenomenal.
Yeah, agree. And I'll call out another scene. I mean, when Lydia calls him to save Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin, and he comes out and is just going ballistic with the like the strength test thing from the carnival, and just you know trying to get everyone not to say his name, and I mean technically you got the there's a whole long scene, but the wedding ceremony, that little weird dude was so funny. Um, and just yeah, that whole scene was fantastic. I mean, really every scene he's in is noteworthy because he's just that good in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, even with that, like where I said this movie just felt like it just was paced so well. Like you didn't give me 5 minutes of Geena Davis in the desert, like trying to get on the snake. Like, no, boom, she just comes in and
Comes
eats it.
in
Like there's
riding the snake.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, all right, awesome. Whatever. I'm with it. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean they show it quick that she like punched it and was like sort of, I guess in
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah. But it just wasn't this like whole drawn out thing where they were,
Right.
she was like stuck there for forever. She didn't know where she was. It was just boom, boom, boom. And like movie's over.
But maybe, because remember when Alec Baldwin goes in the desert, she's like, "You were gone for 2 hours," and he was gone for like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe she was in the desert for a long time, and they just, like you said, they don't show it, but
Yeah.
took some time, tame the worm.
That's it.
Geena Davis can tame any worm she wants.
Tell me
Please.
about it.
Those curls.
Phenomenal.
Um, any any more Ani mentions we should call out?
I was where I was really like, oh, like we're getting serious in this movie was uh when the family first comes into the house and they're looking around and they open the closet and she's hanging and then she pulls off her face. I was like, whoa, I was not ready for that at all. So like I thought like the hanging was not that it was like too much for me, but like I was just not expecting that. And I was like, okay, we're in for some fun stuff in this movie.
Yeah, even with Alec Baldwin's head being cut off and doing that
Yeah.
as well when they first scared. And I thought that was cool too. I had that as one of my favorite scenes as well.
Yeah.
Just all the I'll not mention the other part until Ron, if you guys have any more Ani mentions, but there's another part to that I want to
All
bring
right, go
up.
ahead.
When they were like stretching their faces,
Yeah, yeah.
at the second time that they go see Juno, like it was just I don't know. I guess I'm assuming that like 99% of the stuff is all practical effects, because of the time and just the how good it looked on screen. And when it was CGI, you knew it was green screen, like you could tell, like you could almost see like the halo around them. It just everything looked so cool, and even like those designs, like, you know, the eyes and the mouth, like it then I was starting to get a little bit of nostalgia from the cartoon. I was like, okay, like, you know, these all these shapes and characters and the way they look, I'm starting to get a little bit of nostalgia from the cartoon. So just all that practical effect stuff was really good.
Yeah. Um, I want to call out like the beginning. I mean, first of all, don't tell me you're in Connecticut. I know Vermont when I see it. I knew that was Vermont in 4 seconds. Um, so just, getting a lay of the land, a covered bridge, going to the store. And I didn't realize, when I was a kid, like that was their store. That was his store that he ran into. Loved it. Loved their house. Loved their house. That old country style. I was kind of like mad that Catherine O'Hara came in and Otho, even though I love like what they do with it. Um, I don't know, from just like a viewer point of view where I'm like, that's so bad that it's good. Um, I was like mad. I was like, oh man, how could they do that to this house? But yeah, the
You
kind of whole beginning and then being like, oh, we're dead, shit, and like the book and all that stuff. I don't know.
you mentioned the beginning too, when they're doing like the aerial shot of the
Yeah.
whole town, and then they go up to the house, and I'm like, that's so clearly like a fake house. Like it's so obvious. And then like it is. I'm like, all right, well done. Well
Yeah.
done.
Good job. You got me, Tim. Um, any other Ani Menches?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think so.
You know what I do? I liked when they went down in the sheets, and you know, you got the reaction from everyone, and you know, Catherine O'Hara, and then they finally start talking to Lydia, and she says that, oh, you're not going to wake her up. She's sleeping with Prince Valium tonight.
Yeah.
And you know, since you guys both said that you don't really have any Ani mentions, just all the Lydia and Alec and Geena stuff was really good. Like their chemistry was really good.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to call out one more. Um, the scene where he who shall not be named calls Robert Goulet, and Goulet so clearly is just like, "What the fuck do you want, dude? Like, oh, we could make money. Why the hell would I come up to nowhere, Connecticut, to make money?" And then they get them up there, because the wife's interested in ghosts. I love that, and the design scene with Otho is good too. I like that as well. So, call it 2 out.
Love it.
Goulet, love him. Um. All right. I don't know what we're gonna have with this, but least favorite scenes.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to go first because there's only one thing that I didn't like. And other than that, I would say that I have no least favorite scenes. And it's the crash scene, them falling into the river and they die
Good
because of
choice.
that. It's like
So bad.
it's like, all right, that's it. I mean, it reminded, you know, I was like, there's no way, you know, when they find out they're down, like that killed them. I'm like, the windows were open. All they just had to do was like climb out. It was like 2 feet of water. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's part of that too, where it, you know, kind of messes with your expectations, where you think that obviously they survived that. And they didn't. And that's how, you know, you get the story started. But it was just,
That's true.
man, like what? Yeah, come on. You died from that? Please.
I didn't think of it that way. That's probably why they did that. Like,
Yeah.
because then it's, you know, they couldn't have died. Get out of here. And then it's like, oh shit, they're dead.
Yeah, you can't take like a shotgun blast to the chest. Like, there's no way they're surviving that. But yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
think about it like that. It was like probably like 2 feet of water.
Yeah.
And it just like
Stupid dog.
the slowest fall into the water too. It's just like very gently went down.
They're probably trying to save the car to save on budget. What's funny too about that car, I read that at the time that model Volvo had never been in like a fatal accident. So it was like tongue-in-cheek joke that
Mhm.
that's the car they died in.
80s humor.
Love it.
Hilarious. Um, oh, it's my turn. I'm gonna go with, and it is not really a good choice for me. That was a good choice, Benny. I was having trouble thinking of one. But I'm gonna go with, because it scared the absolute shit out of me when I was a kid, the snake scene when you see his head and it's like all weird and distorted. That flipped me out when I was a kid. Um, I
Oh, the
definitely,
Beetlejuice snake.
yeah. When he's like the banister, and then he's
Yeah.
like the weirdo face. And supposedly, I read too that that was done before Keaton was cast, like the special effects. So that's why it like sort of doesn't look like him, but they like quick did what they could to like make it look a little more like him. But yeah, that shit scared the hell out of me. So, Robbie, you got anything?
Yeah, I could do the generic route and go with, the dad, any scene the dad was in, but you keep, yeah. Uh, please, I don't really can't, so I'm not gonna say anything. But I will go with the scene where Beetlejuice has the flips out and has the hammers, the little hammer hands, only because he smashes Goulet into oblivion. We don't see Goulet again, and that's it. So
That's
that's why
true.
we don't.
It's a good
That's
choice.
the only. It's not a scene I hate. It's just that there's no more Goulet. He still hasn't been seen since. So wherever he is, Goulet, we miss you. Love you.
He got sent to the moon.
Yeah. Is do we know, is Robert Goulet still alive?
No, he's dead.
Ugh, what a shame.
Tragedy.
Ugh, 2007, man, a long
Oh,
time ago.
really?
Yeah,
I was thinking like 2018. Goulet.
Goulet.
Some stars burn so bright they burn out before their time.
It's
I
true.
can't believe please. It's so true. Please.
Mm.
Devastated. I'm going as
Um,
Goulet for Halloween.
yeah, you should.
That's it.
Um, all right, let's do characters. Should we do least favorite and get them out of the way, or most favorite? Yeah.
Yeah, least favorite.
All right. Does anyone want to go first with least favorite?
I will because I don't have any, so I'll make a joke and then we'll move on quickly. Least favorite character, Goulet, because he's not in it enough for me. That's it. No, everybody else I really like I said, I really enjoyed. There was nobody that me, I won't say anybody else. I'll stick with the joke.
Yeah, stick with the
All right.
joke. This is a funny show. We do jokes here,
Yeah.
Supposedly.
allegedly.
Uh, I can go, and this isn't a joke. Yeah, I'll go with Jane Butterfield. Annie McEnroe as Jane Butterfield, the nosy neighbor. If there's two things you
Good
you know
How do
about
I
choice.
me,
forget? How do I forget?
if there's two things you know about me, there's two things that I hate in life. It's real estate agents and neighbors. And she epitomizes both of the things that I hate in life. She's a nosy fucking neighbor that needs to watch herself and not come to anybody's house. And she's a real estate agent that made the profit off of the poor death of Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin. So the most annoyingest person to the T that I have nightmares about. Uh, again, if I had a neighbor like that, I wish I would have been like Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis and then never came back to life. So yeah, Jane Butterfield, please get out of my life. You are the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine you had a neighbor that you open the shade and she's just got her
Oh,
teeth right in there. I don't
gives
even know what I
chills.
would have done.
The worst. The
The worst.
worst.
Worst. Wow, good stuff.
She was looking in that window and I was like, do not come. Do not come.
What I don't, I'm curious, like why, uh, like how could you just like try to sell someone's house without them wanting you to sell their house? That doesn't make sense. It's
They'll
like
do
sending
anything for that
pictures of the,
commish.
I guess, but like,
2%.
yeah, what a piece of crap.
And she got to live too.
Yeah, her and her stupid daughter.
Exactly. Dumb kid.
Yeah. Um, yeah, this is, I mean, there's not a lot to choose from here. You guys made some good choices. I'm gonna pick, sort of jokingly, the receptionist in the DMV of Death because, like, listen, I get it. All our jobs suck. Nobody likes working, but you don't have to be such a bee about it. Like, they don't know what they're doing. And I actually just realized that something, I mean, well, maybe we'll get into it a little later, but like, they just died. Like, cut them some slack. You like giving them attitude right away. Whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, be nicer. You could would do what everyone else does. You go in the back, you smoke cigarettes, and you curse all the customers. That's what real people do.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Yeah. Um, oh man, I did not want to go first for favorite characters, but I will. I have to take Keaton. I have to.
You got it.
I have to. I wasn't expecting to go first. I had a number of characters lined up. Um, but I have to take Keaton because he's just absolutely incredible in this movie. I mean, I love him in everything, but he is, like you said, Robbie, an absolute lunatic animal in this film, and love it. Apparently, a lot of his stuff was ad-libbed. He kind of like helped create the look of his character. Like, what a psychopath, but in the best way. I love it.
I love when especially like when people have just either no hair or horrendous hair and they just comb it for no reason. And I love
I
when
love that.
yeah, I love when he combed it a couple times in this movie and I died laughing every single time because he's just an absolute fucking psychopath.
Yeah. Quick side note, my daughter has just like same like no hair but hair, and every time I can, I brush it back so it gets like this.
I love it.
The wife does not like that, but that's what I thought of when I saw his hair. I was like, yeah, look at that.
She's a
Someone brushed his
Beetlejuice.
hair back.
Little Beetlejuice last name redacted.
That's all right. Should have named it that.
How could you have known?
Missed opportunity.
Send her back and do it again.
Yeah. I'll
Uh,
say Beetlejuice 3 times downstairs and see what happens.
I love it. I don't. This is a tough one for me because I was hoping I got number one just to take Keaton, but there's so many good people in this movie that I don't know who to pick. I feel like I would doing a disservice to some people. But yeah, this stinks. Man, let me. I got it. I gotta go with the. Uh, is it Delia? Catherine O'Hara's Delia. I just love Catherine O'Hara in this movie. I love her in everything she's in. She just plays these parts so well. Like again, like this Valium induced wife, this crazy architectural type wife that she plays so well. Again, she's so good in all these movies. She's funny. She could be serious. She could be an absolute lunatic, which I do love. There's so many scenes with her in this movie where I'm just dying laughing. Like when she's freaking out about her disgusting statues being brought into the house and she gets caught by one of them against the house. I just love it. She's great in this movie. And like I said already, she's in my favorite scene in this movie. She's phenomenal with her dance moves. She's funny. She could be serious. She's all over the place. She's so well rounded that I love everything she's in. So I have to give my favorite actress to Catherine O'Hara.
Great choice.
Um, yeah, I'm on that next tier of people where it's like I could go with anybody here. But I'll go with Winona Ryder as Lydia. I mean, a little emo girl after my heart. I'm sure if I was the same age as her when this movie came out, I'd been like, that is my girlfriend. She understands me. She gets me. Everything is a lie. Nothing has any joy in it.
My whole life is a dark room.
Yeah. Fantastic. I'm sure, if my parents saw this movie, they would say that's 100% my son at that age. No, she was great. I don't know if we would technically call her a child actor. Like, I don't think that this would count. I mean, I think I said she was 15 or 16 when she was filming this, but
Still a
Just
child.
fantastic. Yeah, you know, just awesome in this role. And again, maybe I'm pulling a little nostalgia from the show because I loved her in the cartoon. So I'll go with Winona Ryder as Lydia.
Also a good choice. It's a lot of
Hide
good
your
choices.
valuables though around there, please. Hide your valuables.
I can't
No
believe she
question.
got like absolutely railroaded for that whole thing. And
I
like
know.
so many celebrities have done so much worse and people
It
just
was like a
don't
pair
care.
of jeans or something, wasn't it? Like something so
Like a
stupid.
watch or something, but she was like I looked into it because after this I was like, what happened to her? I forget. She was like all doped up because some doctor who actually got like disbarred and sued was like just passing out pills like crazy. And I don't know, she just did stupid shit. Like people don't steal. Give me a break.
I mean, yeah, victimless crime. Yeah, how many people have we mentioned over the course of the show that like hit somebody with their car, and like we talked about Matthew Broderick last week. Like, come on, give me a
Oh,
break. She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
you,
Uh,
you,
Saks Fifth
you,
Avenue lost a few bucks.
Yeah, if that happened now, it wouldn't even get picked up by anything.
no.
You got poor Connor slamming into a restaurant with his car.
I mean,
Who cares about
people
some?
paying people convicted felons and they're running for president and might win. So come on, please.
Yeah,
True.
Winona did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
free
free
Winona.
Winona. Come on over. Come on, man. Yeah.
Do you remember I have to find it. There was this song, and this is post Beetlejuice because as an adult, there was this song in like the 90s, like a joke song. And one of the lines was Winona Ryder going inside her. I'll
Oh
have to
boy,
find
stand
it.
back.
It was
Oh
so
my
bad.
goodness.
It was so bad, but it was so good.
Lord have
Uh,
mercy.
and like she didn't do like almost anything until I mean she was in a few things, but Stranger Things. Now she's like back.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Dating Johnny Depp. Take a hike.
Ugh, disgusting.
I mean, that was Scissorhands Johnny Depp. But look out.
I know, but
Look out. Crybaby Johnny Depp. Watch out.
oh well, yeah, of course.
Goodness
Now all I think
gracious.
of him is
The window,
that
man.
stupid cologne commercial he's in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Savage.
Yeah.
Or he's playing the guitar in the desert. Come on,
Yeah.
please.
What is that?
The only thing I think about him now is his ex-wife taking a dump in his bed.
A grumpy.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. He
Nice.
said she took a grumpy in the bed.
Really? That's what it's called?
Yeah. That's what he
Like
said.
like a grudge dump?
Maybe that actually makes sense now.
I didn't even think of that. I'm about to start leaving grumpies as my cat calling.
Yeah.
Like the wet bandits.
Oh man. Ani mentions characters, favorite characters. What do we got? Everyone else.
Oh, Geena Davis, please forget
Of
about
course.
Geena Davis. I mean, again another one. How she's so wholesome, girl next door type looking, but look out. Forget about it. She's great in this movie as well. Another one that fell off, like just kind of took some crappy roles and like some blockbusters that kind of bombed and then just fell off the face of the earth for a bit. As well. She was on a nice little heater here with this Thelma and Louise, League of Their Own, and then kind of did a couple of crappy movies in the late 90s and then was gone for a bit. So again, like she's great. She was great in everything I saw, like Thelma and Louise, fantastic, League of Their Own, fantastic. And this movie, she's great too. Again, plays the wholesome, dead wife to perfection. So I got to get it for Geena Davis.
Good.
I mentioned him earlier, but give me Otho
Damn.
as sorry. As my auntie mentioned, he just kept the energy high the whole time. I thought he was great.
I love to. Sorry, I love to like the worst thing that happened to him was him Beetlejuice putting a blue suit on him and he freaked out and ran away. He couldn't take it. That was the worst thing that happened to him. A nice little powder blue suit and he's out.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true. He was just gone. Who knows where he went? He's so I love that character because it's such a caricature of like you've met that person who is, you know, an interior designer, was once a big shot in the paranormal in New York City, did hair design, like all this bullshit. You're just like,
Snobby.
okay. Yeah.
Talking shit behind everybody's back,
Oh yeah.
putting
Just
people's, stuff down, the home design down.
yeah. Just he's a leech. That's what he is. He's getting money from wherever he can, and as soon as the money's gone, he'll move on to someone else and leech off them and just be just so cool somewhere else. Ugh, I love that Keaton or Beetlejuice calls him round boy instead of like fat boy or something. And shout out to him in Demolition Man. Loved him in that too.
Haven't seen that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and RIP, he passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had like an accident, like at home, he fell and passed away.
Where's
Shame.
up?
He was the mayor of whatchamacall, right? I never seen the movie, but
Oh,
yeah.
Scout. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Mayor Skelton or something. I also have never seen that movie, shockingly.
Me neither.
Me either. Shockingly.
Oh,
Might be on our list.
is it a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
I think now it's a Christmas movie because we're not using it for Halloween, so now it's definitely a Christmas movie.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
I think they play it during Christmas, like I think I said it's last week on like Freeform or something like that. Like it's definitely in a rotation.
yes,
Should just be Home Alone and Elf in the rotation. That's it.
that's it. That's all I want.
And Bob Newhart. That's it.
And throw in and
The
Bob
worst.
Newhart, my favorite, Benny's favorite.
Then he killed him.
Throw in like every like fifth day, throw in Jingle All the Way, and then go back to Home Alone and Elf.
That's true. I forgot about Jingle All the Way. Yes, you're right.
Jimmy. Um, more on mentions. I'll throw in. I mean, I gotta go. Juno, love her. I love just her just yelling at everybody is fantastic. Yelling at the football team, fantastic.
Shout out
But I
Alvin
gotta
Mack
go.
in the movie.
What?
Alvin Mack from the program he's the one that talks in the football. He's like a football player in every single movie. That Unnecessary Roughness.
Yeah. So it's typecast.
That's it. How dare they?
Are we just gonna leave him on the board?
Leave him on the board,
You
but
could
you could
say it.
take
You
him.
said it. I was gonna say it, but you could say it. Please say it.
I mean, Alec Baldwin. I mean, please, handsome, the glasses. I mean, that outfit. He could have worn that outfit today. I mean, what a stylish guy. Slim, trim, just an innocent Baldwin in this movie. Before he went on. Maybe he was on the booze back then too, but who knows? He just looked fantastic. He was great in this movie. I think this might be the youngest I've ever seen Baldwin in a movie. I think.
He was
That's
30.
right.
I think he was born
Looked
58, right?
fantastic
So I
at
think
30.
it was 30. Yeah, look good. Look good. Long
I
Island
hate
Zone.
the only thing I hated is
Shout
when
out.
he would do this all the time. Like that look,
Over
like
the
you're
over the
looking
glasses.
over your glasses. I don't know, it bothered me.
I mean, the hair.
I
Though. Come
thought,
on.
oh, please, fantastic, please. I thought you were gonna say sorry. I wasn't even thinking about Alec Baldwin. I forgot about him. I'm gonna go with Goulet, Robert Goulet.
Of course.
Redemption.
I mean, talk about Oscar worthy. Forget about it. The guy's $1 million. Definitely didn't dye his hair. All black, jet black in his late 70s. So shout out him. Shout out Goulet.
In
Never
the
lost
Stash
his
Hall of
standard.
Fame.
First ballot. Him, Selleck. Forget who else.
Geraldo.
Michael Jordan in the Haynes commercial.
I'll just quickly say the shrunken head guy, smoking man, and the preacher,
Papa Shango.
Reverend Papa Shango as well. He sprinkles the thing on him. I just
You know
love.
who?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that whole little interaction where he's got number 4 and Beetlejuice has a little thing. He just
That's who Beetlejuice is. Slime bag.
Do you know who the Reverend was? The preacher?
No.
Tony Cox.
Really?
Get outta here.
Wow.
That's who he's. Let me try to get it in shot for
Yeah, no,
the
I could see it.
the YouTube.
Perfect. Love him. He's hilarious.
He was the elf in Bad Santa, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm,
Shout out.
Good. Shout out. Any other characters that we missed?
I think we literally named them all,
Named
except
everybody except one.
he who must be named.
Yeah. All right. Then let's move on. I don't know if we're gonna have much to say about this, but is there anything you can think of to make this film better? I mean,
Mhm.
I'll start. I don't know if you see. I said I wish there was a little more depth to the story, but I don't know if that makes it better truly, because then you're spending all this time like whatever learning about this character and their relationship with whoever. Like, I don't know if that really does make it better. I think it probably doesn't, but I would want it at the same time. So I don't really have a great answer, but I'll say that, I guess. But I think it would jam it up. Because then we're looking at 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Robbie's not going to watch that.
No.
I don't want to watch that.
You don't want to be jammed.
No, I don't want to get jammed up.
Can't get jammed up.
We appear to be jammed. Only one person would give me the raspberry. Lone Star. Spaceballs? You don't want to be seen Spaceballs? Okay, all right.
I love Spaceballs. I wanted to win when we put it.
Oh, I did
I
my
saw-
jam from Parks and Rec. Made a
Oh
jam.
yeah, jammed. Reverse jam. Oh, I love jam. It's so funny. All right, you guys got anything?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a cop out because I said it was my least favorite scene, but I mean, a better car crash, I guess. But and I'm with you, Ryan. Like I was, when the movie finished, I was like, I could have used like 15 more minutes. But you don't know. Like it was just there's no fat on the entire
Right.
movie, so like maybe that's just for the best. So I won't say that.
Yeah. Maybe maybe not more character development, but I would like a little more with like the book, with the handbook for the recently deceased, or like a little more backstory of like the ghost world or underworld. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that would be good. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the sequel has some of that stuff. Who knows? Robbie, you got anything?
I don't really have anything. No, I really think the movie's good as is. You guys nailed the stuff that if there was to be, um, not say nitpick, but changed in a movie, I would agree with it. But no, I enjoyed everything. I mean, it's just basically to me just a story of two dead people that don't want people in their house. I mean, please, who doesn't want that? So, yeah, no, I
Just
can
leave us
relate to the
alone.
story. Yeah, I can relate to the story. I don't want anybody in my house. Please get out of here.
Yeah, the best.
I hope that the second one, it's a lot of practical stuff too, and it's not
I
just a
hope
lot
so
of
too.
CGI stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. I don't
Even
know.
like, so I'm sorry, like
Oh,
I'm
go
reading
ahead.
up on some quotes and stuff like that. Like, and I forgot that when you talked about the wedding scene, right? Whose favorite scene was that? I don't know if that was somebody's favorite scene.
I think we mentioned it. Yeah.
It was just funny. I was thinking like they showed a quote like when he pulls out the ring, but he pulls out the finger on the ring, and he's just like, "I'm telling you, dude, she meant nothing to me at all. I swear." I just forgot about that. I was reading it and made me laugh because that's such a fantastic line, and
Yeah.
he's going 100 miles an hour in that scene too.
Oh yeah. So you know what? That's actually too like one thing I would have like give me like just like even just a minute. Like is what is Beetlejuice's like motivation here? Like what is his goal? He's just all of a sudden just shows up and is like, I can fuck with these people, but like why? Like is he trying to like get back into the world? Like take over, possess somebody. I don't know. I have no idea why he's there and why he's like trying to get them to help him.
I think he's
Unless I
just a
missed
wild
some.
card.
I guess, yeah.
I
Like
love that for
how he
him.
died. Yeah. I forgot. Sorry. That's what I'll do. Give me 15 more minutes of Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
It's like Benny, you said what Benny said, extend the movie like an extra 15 more minutes. Give me more Keaton. That's it. Make it even better. 1,000 out of 10.
I hope Beetlejuice is just him for 2 hours. Camera just locked on him,
Yeah.
and he's just going nuts.
That's it.
Just saying
going
outlandish
bananas.
stuff.
Just stream of thought, stream of consciousness.
Yeah. He goes to the bathroom every couple minutes to just do something and comes back just.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back. You guys party? Um,
You can come
speaking
to
of
bed with me.
parties, should we play America's newest and fastest growing party game?
Let's do it.
All right. It's called Working Overtime. Got this from the scene with Alec Baldwin, who's in this movie. Also, fun fact, Winona Ryder dated Matt Damon.
Oh,
Did she?
why'd they ever break up?
She did.
Oh, wow.
They could have been the first couple of
Of Hollywood.
Let the Boys Watch,
It's
Oh,
true.
please.
which is more important, arguably, than the first couple of Hollywood.
That's true. But yeah, so what we do every week is cast Matt Damon in a role that exists or one that we make up for no reason other than we think it's funny. So, does anyone want to go first?
I don't want to go first because mine is just completely the most obvious one. So I'll let you guys grab it if you want.
Is it the most
All right.
obvious?
I'll grab it. Please.
100% the most obvious one.
Give me a lean. No, actually, give me a little overweight prosthetic belly, red piping hair. Give me it's simple and easy. Get him out. Put the elephant in the room. Give me Matt Damon as the dad. Simple and easy. I'm not going to say anything else. Get him off the screen. Put him in jail. Get him out of here. Never want to see him again. So give me a nice young American man who obeys the law, does the right thing, by the book. Fantastic actor. Give me Matt Damon as the dad. What's his name in this movie? Who cares? Just give me Matt Damon as the dad. Please get him out of here.
Voldemort.
Yeah, Baltimore, please.
That's his name.
Barry Bonds.
Well, now I have to know his name. Hold on. Charles.
Yeah, give me Charles.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Charles.
Give me a young, also, belly, little round Matt Damon, maybe not too young, maybe mid-30s, as Otho's partner. And
Wow.
he's a little bit in the background, but he always agrees with Otho. He's kind of like his lackey and does his dirty work. He's always getting him, coffee or some fancy drink. I mean, it was the 80s. What was fancy then? I have no idea. It was the 90s had Crystal Pepsi. So something like that. Some fancy.
Zinfandel.
White's in. Evian, maybe that was hot in the 80s, I think. Perrier. So yeah, give me Matt Damon as Botho, his his little lackey, agreeing with everything he says, maybe like feeding him information to make Otho look even better, but he's always kind of in the background. He backs up and just pipes in as needed.
Love it.
Yeah.
Always could do with another Otho.
It's
Give
true.
me a young, mustachioed, handsome, ripped,
Yeah.
maybe jet black dyed hair,
Ooh.
Matt Damon as Robert Goulet Jr.
Ooh.
Bobby Goulet's son, next in charge at the organization, the heir to the throne of the Goulet family. Bobby Goulet gets sent to the moon. Maybe this is our extra 15 minutes. the father, who's also now being played by Matt Damon, calls to give the unfortunate news to Bobby Goulet Jr. that his father is in outer space now, and he takes over the company. And it's, maybe it's his villain origin story, and we didn't have to wait so much longer for a spinoff in this universe. We could have got evil Matt Damon as evil Bobby Goulet Jr.
Absolutely love it.
Love it.
Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
He does buy the town and turns it into a fucking joke.
Goulet World.
Goulet World. No, do you remember like when he did the presentation and he's like, we could have a bug museum and like all this other stupid shit.
Yeah.
Love it. Is there anything else that didn't fit into any of these categories you guys want to talk about with Beetlejuice?
There was something I wanted to bring up and I completely forgot it. But hey, you live, you laugh, you love.
You love, you learn.
You learn. You laugh. Again.
You learn again.
You learn again.
You might love another time.
Yeah.
No,
Well.
hey, awesome.
Yeah.
So happy we watched it. And again, like I said, it was one of the ones that I don't know how many times we're gonna have this where I feel like the hype was so high and it over delivered instead of under delivering.
Because usually it under delivers.
Because it's just so pumped up all the time. And it almost doesn't make sense because we're talking about this not really having a story, and it's still somehow over delivered the hype.
Yeah. No, it does. One quick thing, and that'll be it for me, is one thing that bothered me is that they just kept refusing to read the goddamn handbook.
I know there's so, but I felt seen with that because I'll never read the instructions for anything. So,
all right, that's fine.
They're just like me for real.
Okay.
For real.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Can't wait to watch the second one.
Should we just watch the second one for next week, or do we not want to do that because it's $20?
Let's save it.
Let's save it.
Our wallets.
Let's watch a scary movie.
Scary movie. Okay, all right.
Sleep with the lights on. At 60.
Right. I'm scared. Already. We haven't even watched anything. Well, if you have a suggestion, please let us know. Send us an email for what scary movie you'd like us to watch, or anything else. Let us know what you think about Beetlejuice or any other films. And if you're watching this because you came from Godzilla -1, konnichiwa.
Shout out. Thanks,
Tom. So thank you. We appreciate the support. Do all the things we said before: email, follow, etc. Robbie,
$1 million. Sorry, I'm giving out. Don't forget to mention.
Don't forget. Vote. Robbie, tell him good night, Mr. $1 Million.
Good night, Michael Keaton. I got nothing. You were phenomenal, fantastic. Come on the show, please.
That's why I come up here. Robert Goulet.
Let the boy watch. Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father. The way he learned.